Money Mindset Revolution, the hidden key to financial freedom that Wall Street won't tell you. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. I recently had the extraordinary privilege of interviewing Dr. Wendy Labat, a visionary who is revolutionizing how we think about financial health, particularly for Black women entrepreneurs. Dr. Labat isn't just changing lives, she's transforming entire communities through her groundbreaking work with the Financial Cure System registered trademark. In a world where financial advice is often delivered through a one size fits all lens that ignores cultural context and systemic barriers, Dr. Labat stands as a beacon of hope and practical wisdom. Her impact extends far beyond simple financial advice. She's creating a movement that empowers those historically excluded from wealth building conversations to claim their rightful place at the table. What I'm about to share with you today challenges everything we've been taught about financial success. And it begins with a simple yet revolutionary idea. We've been looking at wealth all wrong. For generations, we've been told that financial success is primarily about numbers, budgets, investments, interest rates, credit scores. We've been taught that if we just work harder, save more, and follow the right formulas, wealth will naturally follow. We've been conditioned to believe that financial literacy is about mastering spreadsheets and understanding market trends. But what if that's fundamentally incomplete? What if the true foundation of financial mastery isn't external at all, but internal? This is the profound insight I gained from Dr. Wendy Labat. She challenges the conventional wisdom that financial success is merely about numbers and budgeting. Instead, she proposes something far more revolutionary. True financial health begins with mindset. How we think, speak, and act around money shapes every outcome in our lives and businesses. This isn't just positive thinking. This is about recognizing that our relationship with money, the beliefs we hold, the words we use, the emotions we feel, creates the framework through which all our financial decisions flow. Consider this. How many of us grew up hearing phrases like, money doesn't grow on trees, or rich people are greedy, or we can't afford that? These seemingly innocent statements become the invisible architecture of our financial lives. They shape our decisions, limit our possibilities, and ultimately determine our financial outcomes. Dr. Labat's work reveals that when we shift our internal relationship with money, external circumstances begin to transform in ways that often seem miraculous. But there's nothing supernatural about it. It's simply cause and effect. Let me share three key insights from Dr. Labat that illuminate this revolutionary approach. First, mindset drives financial outcomes. Your journey to wealth isn't just about dollars. It's about adopting a healthy mindset toward money. When you think right, speak right, and do right, as Dr. Labat says, your finances begin to align with your goals. This isn't magical thinking. It's recognizing that our thoughts and beliefs drive our actions, and our actions create our results. Second, financial mastery is learnable. No matter where you start, whether facing debt, inflation pressures, or limited knowledge, you can learn the skills to take control of your finances. Systems like the Financial Cure System registered trademark provide frameworks that anyone can follow, regardless of background or current circumstances. Third, building legacy wealth is within reach. By addressing core issues like what Dr. Labat calls anorexic income or obese debt, we can not only achieve personal freedom, but also lay foundations for generational wealth within our families and communities. These insights might sound simple, but their implications are profound. They suggest that financial transformation begins not with external resources, but with internal shifts. Let me illustrate this with a powerful story from Dr. Labat's work. A group of Black women entrepreneurs in Atlanta were struggling despite their incredible talents and work ethic. They had what Dr. Labat colorfully terms anorexic income, revenue streams too inconsistent to sustain growth, alongside crushing high interest debts. These women weren't lacking ambition or intelligence. What they lacked was a framework that addressed both the practical and psychological dimensions of financial health. Through Dr. Labat's program, these women first confronted their inherited beliefs about money. One participant, a talented graphic designer, Xinjiang, realized she had internalized her grandmother's warning that charging too much will drive customers away. This belief led her to chronically undercharge for her services, creating the very financial instability she feared. The transformation began when she replaced "I can't charge more" with "How can I create so much value that clients happily pay premium prices?" Within 3 months, she had doubled her rates and remarkably retained 80% of her clients while attracting new ones who respected her expertise. Another participant, a caterer, was hemorrhaging money through inefficient purchasing practices. But the root cause wasn't just poor planning, it was her deeply held belief that there's never enough. This scarcity mindset led her to buy in panic, creating the very shortages she feared. By addressing both the practical systems and the underlying beliefs, she eliminated thousands in unnecessary expenses and created her first ever emergency fund. The ripple effects extended beyond individual businesses. Several of these women launched community initiatives teaching financial literacy to teenagers. Others created informal lending circles, pooling resources to fund each other's business expansions when traditional banks said no. This is the power of Dr. Labat's approach. It creates not just individual success, but community transformation. Through her Ascend Foundation, Inc., Dr. Labat has extended this impact even further. The foundation serves disadvantaged women with dreams of entrepreneurship but limited access to resources. Many are single mothers or first generation college graduates seeking to break cycles of generational poverty. One participant, a domestic violence survivor with 3 children, had escaped her abuser with nothing but determination. Through the foundation's workshops on credit building and its micro grant program, she launched a mobile hairstyling business that now employs 2 other survivors. I didn't just gain financial knowledge, she shares. I found my voice and my power. The foundation doesn't just offer resources, it creates sisterhood. Women who once felt isolated in their struggles now lift each other up, celebrating victories and providing support through setbacks. Several alumni have returned as mentors, creating a powerful cycle of empowerment that spans generations. Dr. Labatt's influence extends even further through her award winning streaming show, Financial Cures with Dr. Wendy Labat. Born during the pandemic when economic anxiety was at its peak, the show fills a critical gap in financial education by featuring diverse voices rarely seen in mainstream financial media. One episode featured a teacher who had transformed $65,000 in credit card debt into a six-figure investment portfolio within 5 years. Another spotlighted a widow who had gone from financial confusion after her husband's death to confident management of her inheritance, securing her retirement and creating college funds for her grandchildren. Viewers report that seeing people who look like them overcome financial challenges makes success feel possible in a way that conventional financial shows never did. The shame and stigma around money struggles, particularly potent in communities where financial hardship has been normalized, begins to dissolve when these conversations happen openly. What these stories reveal is revolutionary. Financial transformation isn't just about external resources, it's about internal shifts that create external results. This insight aligns perfectly with our mission at the Pink Parachute Diaries, where we amplify the voices of Black women making waves in their respective fields. In a world where talented Black women are too often handed pink slips while underperforming men receive golden parachutes, Dr. Labat's work provides a pathway to reclaiming financial power. As Maya Angelou wisely said, you may encounter many defeats, but you must not be defeated. This resilience is at the heart of Dr. Labat's approach to financial empowerment. The implications of this approach extend far beyond individual success stories. They suggest a new paradigm for thinking about financial empowerment, particularly for communities that have been historically excluded from wealth building conversations. What if financial education began not with budgeting techniques, but with healing our relationship with money? What if we recognize that the language we use about money, both internally and externally, shapes our financial reality? What if we understood that true financial freedom begins not with external resources, but with internal shifts? These questions challenge the conventional wisdom about financial success. They suggest that the path to wealth isn't just about having more, it's about thinking differently. This approach is particularly powerful for Black women who often face unique challenges in building wealth. By addressing both the practical aspects of financial management and the psychological dimensions of our relationship with money, Dr. Labat's work offers a comprehensive pathway to financial empowerment. I want to leave you today with a challenge that could transform your financial future. Tonight, take 5 minutes to write down the money messages you received growing up. What did your parents say about wealth? What did you learn about who gets to be rich? What beliefs might be limiting your financial potential? Then ask yourself, what if those beliefs aren't true? What if you could write a new money story, one where abundance flows naturally, where you are worthy of prosperity, where financial freedom is your birthright? This isn't just an intellectual exercise, it's the first step toward a profound transformation. Because when you change your relationship with money from the inside out, you don't just change your bank account, you change what's possible for your life, your family, and your community. The revolution in financial freedom doesn't start on Wall Street, it starts within you, and it starts today. Thank you.